in the snow-clad mountains of Uttarakhand, where temple flags converse with the winds, there lies an extraordinary place. It is just 3 kilometers from Badrinath, Mana village, India's last village beyond which the Tibetan border begins. Here, on one side, stands the temple of goddess Saraswati. On the other side, majestic bronze statues, the 5 Pandavas, their wife Draupadi, and even the dog that accompanied them on their final journey. These are not mere statues. This is the final stop of a journey. This is that very gateway, the Swargarohan Dwar, from where, after ruling for 36 years following the Mahabharat war, the Pandavas began their final ascent. Behind this divine creation stands one man, Dr. Vishwanath D, a believer in the confluence of science and spirituality. He is not just an engineer or an educator, he is a philosopher. In the year 2021, on the banks of the Saraswati river in Mana village, he established a grand Saraswati temple. And on this very path, he decided to install the statues of the 5 Pandavas. His life's message is, world peace does not come from treaties alone, but from the elevation of consciousness. By building these statues, he has brought history to life. Mana village is not just India's last village. It is the sacred land where goddess Saraswati herself manifests. You may have heard that the Saraswati river is invisible. Even at the Triveni Sangam in Prayagraj, she cannot be seen. But in Mana, she flows, visible, vocal, alive. Right here, from a place called Devatal, the Saraswati originates. Seeing this stream flowing just a short distance away is the ultimate moment of faith for every devotee. In this very village lies the famous cave of Ved Vyas. It is believed that sitting right here, sage Ved Vyas composed the vast epic of the Mahabharata, with Lord Ganesh as his scribe. But there is an interesting legend. As Vyas was writing the Mahabharata, the gurgling sound of the nearby Saraswati river disturbed him. He asked the river to be silent. When she did not listen, Vyas said, "You shall become invisible." From that day on, the Saraswati became invisible at most places, except for this sacred village. And then there is Bhim's bridge. The story goes that when the Pandavas were passing this way on their journey to heaven, the Saraswati river stood in their path. The Pandavas thought the river is a symbol of womanhood. It would be improper to step over her. So, Bhim lifted a massive boulder with his mace and placed it across the river as a bridge. Even today, this natural bridge stands, and standing on it, you can have darshan of Mother Saraswati. This place is not just a tourist spot. It is a remarkable confluence of faith, history, and geography. Look at these giant bronze statues. 7 statues, the 5 Pandavas, Draupadi, and the dog that accompanied Yudhishthir all the way to heaven. Every detail is alive, as if the Pandavas are just about to begin their ascent into the Himalayas. Yudhishthir leads. Bhim stands with his mace. Arjun, Nakul, and Sahadev behind. And Draupadi, the very embodiment of valor and honor. It took years to create these statues. But for Dr. Karad, this was not merely art, it was meditation. A sight that compels every onlooker to ask, what is this Swargarohan? After the Mahabharat war, the Pandavas ruled righteously for 36 years. Then they chose the path of Mahaprashthan, the journey where the body accompanies you only if the mind is completely pure. First, Draupadi fell, then Sahadev, then Nakul, then Arjun, then Bhim. Only Yudhishthir, accompanied by a dog, reached heaven. This story teaches us, in life's final test, ego, attachment and desire all fall away. Only dharma and duty accompany you. But could this war have been averted? Yes. Dr. Karad often says, before the Mahabharat, Lord Krishna made a final effort. He himself went to Hastinapur as a peace messenger. He asked Duryodhan, just give 5 villages, Indraprasth, Swarnprasth, Paniprasth, Bhagprasth, Tilprasth. Do not wage this war. But Duryodhan replied, I will not give even a needle point of land. Today, thousands of years later, history is repeating itself. Wars are raging in every corner of the world. One country's land, another's resources, a third's ego. And the only one dying are the civilians, ordinary people. Dr. Karad often asks, are we today like that same Duryodhan? Have we learned Krishna's lesson of peace? Dr. Karad did not just build statues. He built the World Peace Stupa for global harmony. His institutions, like MIT World Peace University, teach youth every day non-violence, dialogue, and compassion. This Saraswati temple and these statues in Mana village are not merely religious sites. They are a movement that says, until humanity accepts that all religions are one, all gods are one, peace will not be possible. When you stand in this Mana village, where Saraswati herself is manifest, where Vyas wrote the Mahabharat, where Bhim built a bridge, and where the Pandavas began their final journey, there you realize true Swargarohan does not begin after death, but with ending the war within yourself. In that cold Himalayan breeze near Badrinath on the sacred land of Mana village, this Saraswati temple and these giant Pandav statues say to every passerby, the greatest war is not outside but within, and the greatest victory is that of peace, where on one side is the origin of Saraswati, the direct vision of the goddess of knowledge. On the other side is the path to heaven, the pinnacle of sacrifice and dharma. Will we today understand the message of 5 villages? Or will we have to ascend to heaven again, alone, one by one? This is the story of a temple, some statues, a sacred village, and a visionary personality. Dr. Vishwanath D, who still says today, Ahimsa Paramo Dharmah.